Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm actually going to be getting to show you guys some really awesome footage of the new Albany Roosevelt Valor. That's right, I've actually been able to get this in my game on Grand Theft Auto 5, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a comparison between the old Albany Roosevelt and the new one. We're going to be driving it around and taking a look at some of the customization that we can do a little bit more in depth, as I've never had my own footage. Big thanks to my friend Foxy Snaps for actually helping me get this set up. So let's get into this. On the left here we have the old Albany Roosevelt, and on the right we of course have the new Albany Roosevelt Valor. So I'm just gonna take a look at it. We're gonna go into a full comparison here. I'm gonna tell you guys some of the differences that I see so far. The first one is obviously the option to upgrade the grille. You can see this one is a little bit more detailed. It's got the vertical kind of rails going along there as compared to this one, which is more of like a meshy grill. It looks like you also have the ability to change kind of like the badge right here. You can see this on the new Albany Roosevelt, whereas there's none right here. Let's see, what else can you change? Obviously, you can change the bumper right here. This one obviously is a little bit more pointed. And of course you have this one, which is the stock one on the Roosevelt. Also, the spare tire that can be seen on the side. Here's the one on the regular Roosevelt, and what we've got on the Roosevelt Valor. So you can see it's in a much nicer, I guess, shell the tire's in. So that, again, that is pretty awesome. You can see an upgrade to the light fixture here. Here's the standard light on the Roosevelt as compared to what it looks like on the Roosevelt Valor, with this like steel beam leading up to the light right there. So again, pretty cool stuff. Let's make our way to the rear. One difference you can automatically notice is that we have a spare tire on the rear of the Roosevelt Valor, and that there is none on the Albany Roosevelt. It's just the trunk. So that is a significant upgrade. And we've also got the tire cover on the rear wheels that can be applied to the Roosevelt Valor that cannot be on the regular Roosevelt. And honestly, I think that is it. I see a couple of tiny differences. One would be like these, like 3 horizontal dashes right here. So that's on the Valor, and it's not on the regular Roosevelt. But other than that, I think that might be it in terms of visual differences. Let's actually take a look inside and see if we can find any differences on the interior. So as you can see right now, we're in the regular Albany Roosevelt. This is the regular Sports Classic, and this is the standard interior. So it doesn't look like there's anything too special going on. Yeah, Carlos, you get back to work in a minute, man. All right, so let's step out of here and let's step inside the Roosevelt Valor and see if we can notice anything different. I doubt there's going to be anything different with the interior, but I figured I would just give you guys a quick check. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything different with the interior. So either way, that's the comparison on externally between the Roosevelt Valor and also the regular Albany Roosevelt. Another thing I noticed are these right here. I don't know what to call these, but there are none on the regular Albany Roosevelt, and there are some on the Valor. All right, so let's not waste any more time, and let's take this guy to the LSC. I'm sure that's what a bunch of you guys want to do right now, and we will go ahead and check out some of the customization. I'm actually going to be customizing this vehicle myself, which is something I have yet to do here on the channel. And then I'll give you guys kind of like an official overview of how I think the car actually handles and how I think it feels. So I'm going to take this into the LSC before I crash, and I'll see you guys there in a second. All right, so here we go, the Albany Roosevelt Valor Sports Classic. Let's get into this. Let's look at some of the customization. So obviously we've got armor. We've also got brakes that will do 100%. Bumpers, so front bumpers, again, there's 2 options. There's the classic chrome bumper, stock, and the elegance bumper. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So since we started with elegance, I think I'm going to go with the chrome. I also want to see if those lights work. So you can see that there's no lights on the elegance bumper. However, there are lights on the chrome bumper. So I do want to end up testing that out. And as far as the rear bumper, let's do the exact same thing. There's stock, classic chrome, and elegance. Let's actually go with classic chrome so that we can test out if those lights actually work or not. For the chassis, there are a bunch of different options. So although it only looks like we have 17 different customization options, under chassis there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things that you can upgrade. Actually 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 total things you can upgrade under here. The first of which being arch covers, and you can basically just choose to remove those or have them. So that's pretty much it right there. Primary color arch covers. I'm going to remove them just because I like the wheels, and I also want to give it a different look from what we started. So that's that. You have side hood grille, and again, you can choose to remove that or take that away. Look at that. That is an interesting design right there. All right, so I'm going to keep that. Again, crazy customization. Front detail. Where's our front detail right here? So the front detail is the lights. So you have none chrome horns. You can do chrome light detail, or you can do light detail and horns. We'll stay with that. So again, you can add some option to the front of the grille. Up next, we have side spare wheels. Again, this is probably just as it sounds. You can have the none, which basically puts an entire cover on there, which doesn't look bad at all. And it also adds what I think is like another mirror. So look, when you do the spare wheel cover none, it adds a mirror. Look at that right there. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Spare wheel is just the tire, and then spare wheel cover is the tire with the cover around it. I'm going to go with none. I kind of like that look. Let's go with that. We have badges, so you can choose between a few different badges. Diamond wing, you have diamond, Albany, and stock. I think I'm going to go with Albany, but any of those look fine to me. They don't make a huge difference. Up next, we have light deflectors. These light deflectors are on the front. So you can see right here, chrome light deflectors, mesh light deflectors, and none. I think I'm going to go with none for this. Make the lights a little bit more clear. Again, you can really just choose whatever you want. Up next, we have ornaments. Okay, so those what those things were that I was trying to describe. These are the fender ornaments right here. That's the only option it upgrades. I'm going to keep those on because I think they look cool. Spotlights, so you can keep the spotlights on or off. Basically, they just make some minor changes to the lights near the windscreen of the car. I kind of like stock. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to go with the stock option, and then rear spare wheel. You can choose to just have the spare wheel, or you can have the spare wheel cover. You know what? I'm going to go with the spare wheel cover. Why not? So let's go with that. Let's change it up just a tiny bit. And honestly, that's it for all the chassis options. Those are some pretty cool upgrades right there. Moving on to engines, obviously you would just have engine tuning. Up next, we have options that we can make to the grille. So there's stock, classic chrome, and vertical. So stock, classic chrome, vertical. I kind of like classic chrome. That doesn't look bad. But also, the stock one doesn't look bad either. Might go with stock because I like that Albany badge that goes there. So that's what I'm going to go with that. Hood. So you can choose the stock hood, vertical ram pipes, triple intake bug catcher, and single intake bug catcher. I'm going to do triple intake bug catcher, just change it up a little bit. Horn, obviously no new horns as of now. Lights, xenon. I'm going to take the neon off for now as well. Plates, I've obviously got my customized license plate on there, which looks really cool. Respray, I'm going to keep it as is. Step plates, so basically you can just make the stepping ladder to get into the door chrome or not. I'll keep that as chrome. I think that's a nice little touch, nice little feature right there. So I'm definitely going to keep that on. We've got suspension, which is lower to competitive. I like it at street or sport. I'm going to go with street. Transmission, upgraded all the way. Turbo, all the way. Wheels, so obviously these are Benny's wheels. We're not sure if this is going to be available in Benny's Original Motorwork or not. But if they are, it is going to be pretty cool. So again, I don't think this car is going to be able to be upgraded in Benny's, but this version has the Benny's wheels on there. So we're going to put them on for right now. And windows, I'm going to do the dark smoke. All right, and that's pretty much it. Let's take this back outside, see what we've done, see some of the upgrades we've made here on the car. Okay, so this is our final product right here. I made some more stock changes. I also made some just some basic changes. I like the way the wheel looks on the back. Man, this is a cool looking car. All right, so I also want to test this out a little bit. Handles very similarly to the Albany Roosevelt. There's no doubt about that. It is extremely similar when it comes to the way it handles and the way it performs. Let's just take, whoa, watch out, man. Let's just take this up here. All right, so here you can get a better look at the car itself, some of the customization options that we've done. I want to test those headlights. Okay, so it doesn't look like the headlights work. What about the... So the lights that we've added don't actually change the vehicle. So you guys know that we added lights on the bumper right here and back here on the bumper as well. They don't work no matter what. So they don't turn on no matter what you're doing. I'm trying to get my high beams on. There's no high beam option for that car. Okay, so that's interesting. So even though you made those changes, they won't have any impact on the car itself. But overall, I really like the customization. I like the feel of it so far. Let me go back into first person mode so you guys can kind of see. I mean, it's a beautiful looking car in terms of interior. Well, we gonna crash. In terms of interior, in terms of ultimately how it looks. But it's obviously not gonna be a super speedy performance car, but I like it. This is a really cool car. I can see people having lots of fun with this vehicle. Again, I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be able to be upgraded in Benny's. My gut feeling is no, that it's not going to be able to be upgraded in Benny's. But anyways, I am a huge fan of this vehicle in terms of looks so far. I've really been enjoying. Let's hit this stunt jump right here. Woo! Oh, and we crashed. All right, so let's actually go take this, again, back to Michael's house right here. We'll give it kind of one final comparison to the Roosevelt. So I'll see you guys there in a sec. All right, guys, I just wanted to interject really quick. We're going to be making a quick stop in the video. This is me talking after the fact in case you couldn't notice. What we're going to do right now is actually record kind of a rough speed test for the Roosevelt Valor and the regular Albany Roosevelt. I figured it wouldn't be fair if I looked at all the other aspects like customization, minor changes, details to the car that are different without looking at the way they performed. So clearly this doesn't test everything like feel in a race, but it should give you an overall idea about which one is quicker. So I'm basically starting at the airport. You can see the location I'm at right now. My car is starting where the last yellow arrow kind of meets at the very tip. And basically, I just decided to drive all the way to the end and crash at the light fixture at the end so that you guys could get a good idea of which one hits first. That's what I'm going to be doing. And basically, I'm just going to be throwing a grenade, and as soon as the grenade explodes, I'm going to start holding down the trigger. There's no like revving the engine or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing that for the Valor and the Roosevelt, and I'm going to show you guys the results right now. All right, and for the actual test itself, the results were pretty much what I expected. It looks as if there isn't really a speed difference from the Roosevelt Valor and the regular Albany Roosevelt. Now again, my test is very rough. You'll see the Roosevelt Valor on the right, the regular one on the left, and there might be some slight differences. I tried to time it as best I could, but honestly, there wasn't enough of a difference for me to scream out and say like one is that much faster than the other. So I'm going to say as far as performance goes, it's pretty much a tie. Really the only difference with the Valor is the customizationable upgrades for this car, and if it is available in Benny's, which of course we just don't know yet. But anyways, let me take you back to the live commentary and finish this up, and I'll see you guys there. All right, so here we are. Let's just bring this into the garage. Let's give it one last comparison. Yes, Michael, you're still alive. So obviously, the biggest difference here is a ton of upgrades on the Albany Roosevelt Valor as compared to the Roosevelt. It's pretty much what Rockstar did. They basically... What happened to my headlight here? Oh, I lost that. Basically, Rockstar just took the Roosevelt and they made it have a lot of upgrades and they turned it into the Albany Roosevelt Valor. That's pretty much my final consensus on this vehicle. I really do like it though, and I think it is super cool. So that's again why I wanted to bring you guys this video, give you a quick comparison between the two cars, and also show you some of the more full customization options and my reaction to what I thought of the vehicle itself. Overall, I enjoy it. I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that these lights don't actually work. That's kind of bothersome to me, but if that's the only thing I have to complain about, that's okay. Anyways, let me know what you think about the Albany Roosevelt Valor in the comment section down below. Are you a fan? Are you going to be buying it? Does this video help you or give you some more information on your possible purchase decision? If it did, let me know in the comment section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.